New reporting this morning on the sprawling dragnet by the Trump Justice Department in its effort to obtain information on at least two members of Congress, as well as journalists, including one here at CNN. We've now learned that the records of President Trump's former White House counsel, Don Mcgahn, and his wife were also sought. CNN's Whitney Wild joins us now. The scope of this just keeps getting bigger and bigger, Whitney.
Absolutely. It's bigger than anyone could have imagined at the outset as the slow drip of these details started to come out when New York Times was notified that their records were swept up, Washington Post, CNN. Now we're learning that this leak investigation extended into the White House, raising new questions this morning about who was directly behind these leak investigations and why.
Former President Trump's Justice Department under fire again after new reports reveal another secret subpoena, this time for information about former White House counsel Don Mcgahn and his wife. A source familiar with the matter telling CNN Mcgahn was informed by Apple last month that DOJ sought records in February 2018 while he was still serving as the top lawyer inside the Trump White House. The subpoena was under a non-disclosure order that was only lifted in May, indicating that the department went to a judge to have it renewed multiple times since 2018. This comes a week after two House Democrats confirmed that DOJ also sought the records of some members of the House Intelligence Committee, their staff, and families.
It's astonishing that Donald Trump was not only attacking Adam Schiff, with whom he had a vendetta, but he was going after his own lawyer. So the personal ability of Donald Trump to have loyalty to no one is on display here.
Though there is no indication that the pursuit of Mcgahn's data was politically motivated, the order came just weeks after Trump was reportedly unhappy with Mcgahn. Trump was allegedly trying to pressure Mcgahn to cover up his request to fire then special counsel Robert Mueller. The source confirming that the subpoena did not come from Mueller's team. Mcgahn learned his records were sought by the DOJ in May. In early June, he finally provided closed-door testimony to the House Judiciary Committee about the Russia investigation, which concluded a 2-year court battle where the Trump administration fought to squash the committee's subpoena. Trump's former national security advisor, John Bolton, who has butted heads with the former president, says he's prepared to believe the worst.
I haven't gotten any calls from Apple yet, so I'm still waiting to see. But I think I'm certainly prepared to believe the worst, that Trump used the Justice Department for his own political purposes. I've experienced that myself. I definitely think we need to get to the bottom of it.
Another source familiar with the matter tells CNN that former Attorney General Jeff Sessions and former Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein had no knowledge of the subpoena for Mcgahn's data from Apple. The Democratic Speaker of the House finds that hard to believe.
This is about undermining the rule of law. And for this Attorneys General, Barr and Sessions, at least two, to say if they didn't know anything about it is beyond belief. So we will have to have them come under oath to testify about that.
Well, this news over the weekend preceding a planned meeting between the New York Times, the Washington Post, CNN, and Attorney General Merrick Garland. The goal there, John, is to try to convince DOJ to not just do a memo change, to actually do a policy change that would give more freedom of the press, tamp down on leak investigations like this. As we await that answer, the big question now, John, is who's next?
Yeah, that's a very fair question. How much wider does this go? In that meeting today with Merrick Garland, very important indeed. Whitney Wild, thank you very much.